Kanye West is in the
Mm,
news.
mm.
Okay. And I'm always intrigued by Kanye West, like extremely intrigued. Though I'm not sure if you're following. I know Kenny follows pop culture like pretty closely, but so Kanye, when I was a kid, was like almost an idol. Like he's still in my top three favorite artists. Somebody asked me like, "Who's your favorite artist?" Oh, I got three. I can name them off to you at any second. It hasn't changed since I was like, 10 years old. Hasn't changed. Favorite artist. Okay. Kanye as a person, I've always been trying to figure out. Before, he seemed like the person I wanted to look up to, want to be like, come from nothing, loves his family, loves his mom, and super creative, trying to figure out this world. Like we watched him go through all the contract negotiations with, Adidas. We saw him talk about like these brands don't support me, and before it was like yeah, why isn't nobody supporting? But now it's like are you self-sabotaging yourself? Like, what are you saying in these meetings,
Right.
bro?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? So, Kitty, I don't know if you know where I'm going with this, but pretty much I want to know, like, yo, Kanye is obviously a genius. Is he doing this stuff, all of it on purpose? Because it's not good at this point. Before, maybe it was good, about to drop an album, but now it's like, all right, you're hurting yourself,
I I was it's a good question. Because I was thinking like, man, this is all great marketing for everything that he's doing, but he's crossed the line now
Yeah.
to the point where I'm like, you don't do any of these things that you're doing now if you're just trying to get attention.
Yeah.
Like maybe it was funny a few years ago when I was like, oh, this is just Kanye being Kanye. Like, like back when he interrupted Taylor Swift
Yeah.
pod. It's all funny. Now it's just like, dude,
Yeah.
you're turning your back on like an entire world. Like
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
it's and it sucks because like same, he's one of my favorite artists. College Dropout, Graduation, like his early albums, like there's some best like albums I have in repeat. Like I want them on vinyl. Like
Yeah.
those were some of my favorite things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's just like I don't
So
know, man.
Kanye
It's
West,
Yeah.
hard.
he runs
I
for
think,
president in 2024. Are you voting for him or no?
and you know what? Before you answer that, that's what I was just about to talk about, man. Like I feel like every artist has their fan base, and then they have like another tier of their fan base, like a smaller portion maybe that is like willing to go the distance for this artist, right? And I think that is really who he's putting, because like at the end of the day, like no matter the person, I've seen, we can name off Playboy Cardi, everybody who's like doing all of these crazy publicity stunts, they still have a portion of their fan base who's like, no, this is 100% okay.
Yeah, this
You know what I mean? So like
yeah.
I think because of that, maybe that's who we putting on for. He's like, look, I don't care what y'all say. Like these people over here are rocking with me, but these people over here, these are my true. You know what I'm saying? And like whatever they determine is a true fan, like somebody who's like, you know what, they'll take my sweat rag. You know what I'm saying? Like true fans, like willing to go the links for these artists. And I think Kanye has a very large fan base, and then he has like a smaller, like we said, he has a smaller like little section of people that truly just don't care what the man do.
right.
Just don't. So they're going to support whatever he does. So that right there, what type of power would that drive? It's like in certain people's eyes, I can make no mistakes.
But it's tough. I feel like that's not a true fan. I feel like a true fan, like so like let me frame it like this. Leo,
Yeah.
if LeBron
Mm-hmm.
did all the same stuff that Kanye is doing right now, could you respect him?
I would say no because like I'm hopping off of the Kanye train. But like I would separate it.
Mm.
Right.
Really? You'd
And I'm
separate?
not saying that's a good thing. That's something that I'm trying to deal with right now. I separate Kanye from the artist. I say that Kanye has good music, but like him as a person, I can't follow that anymore.
That's
How do you
fair.
do that with the artist?
Right.
I think that's fair though. I think that's actually fair because you're not you appreciate like his work, his craft, but him as a person you can't agree with, right? I think that's
Right.
completely fair.
But
But I
I'm
think it's
still supporting him though.
Right.
but
I listen to his music. Like
Mm.
I'm paying
I
his
think
bills.
kind of, but
That's a weird angle.
that's a weird angle. But you're going to like but you still like I guess like where I was going with is like people, I think a true fan can separate, like what you said, can separate the two, right? You
Okay.
can appreciate his work, but you're not idolizing him. Like you're not a fanatic. You're not crazy, right? Like
Right.
you're not so associated with them that anything they do is perfect. I think
Right.
you you have to be able to call someone out for something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You're not so attached to the idea that Kanye is like
Yeah.
perfect. I think there's parallels to this that I don't want to get into for like other, you know.
Hey, go ahead, go there.
But I agree
agree, though.
because like if my shit like if Jimmy Butler or Steph Curry walked up and shot someone, I would be like, oh fuck, like I hate like you're a terrible person. You're one of the best point guard, best 3-point shooter.
Right.
You
I
can
love
shoot that
watching.
ball though.
Yeah.
You get good in that ball. Look at you. Never miss.
Oh yeah, that's probably what I would say.
Oh, that'd be in the headlines. Steph Curry never misses.
Oh shit, that'd be good. No, but I think what you said is right. Like it's pretty smart. Like I don't know if it's good or bad being able to separate the two. I think there's gonna be people who like there are people who hate you for still supporting him, but he was also like I don't know. He was in a different mental space when he made some of that stuff. Like I don't know. There's
That's why I think it's like I feel like this is an entertainment ploy. A lot of people say it's mental health. I'm not sure if this is mental health or not. I feel like Kanye is smart enough to know what he's doing. You know,
And that's I feel like he knows what he's doing. I think at this point it's just like, okay, I know that this will or will not be approved. How do I feel about it?
Yeah.
Well, Kanye West, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. I guess my question is how far is he willing to go?
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like he's already created like a whole new, like, I didn't even know this level existed. Like some of the things going like, whoa, what? You know what I'm saying? So like, there's probably was some limits to where if you would have spoke on those before they happen, I'd say, nah, man, not yet. Not yet. He wouldn't do that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's like who's willing to work with him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that he feels that he's at a point though where he can create his own. I think he's creating some app or something like that. Starts with a P. Let me look it up real quick.
No, he bought Parler.
He bought it. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So speaking of big names, like the Donald Trump move for the what's that, True Social or something like that.
Yeah.
I haven't downloaded the app, but like, is this the same type of move? So you can have free speech? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway,
We'll see.
The reason I asked that is because like there's a lot of people I think in the world that would say that like Kanye is still pursuing excellence.
Yes, so I might get some hate for this from you guys especially, but I think everyone's version of excellence is relative, right? So in his mind, he's still pursuing excellence, right? He's like, especially with his music, like it's been well documented how crazy his process is for making music, and he still makes pretty good music. And so, like I think Kanye is a perfectionist, and he demands excellence out of himself and everyone else around him. So like he's pursuing excellence. Does it match what everyone else's standard of what excellence is, or no? It might be skewed, but in his mind, it is excellence.
So excellence is subjective.